Do you want to? Jesus. I was like, why is my bar bigger than Garrett's? Yours was off. Okay, now try you talking.
Now I'm trying to talk, and it sounds a lot better, and it sounds like I'm getting picked up. And there's no ratcheting, and
don't call me ratchet. Don't call me ratchet.
Your mother is a ratchet woman.
Your mother's a ratchet woman.
She never taught you how to eat your cheese properly.
She clips her nails with a cigarette between her fingers every night.
She gets her feet up towards her mouth, and that's how she clips her toenails.
Drinking a case every day. She loves that Miller Lite.
She puts her menstrual blood in the spaghetti sauce.
Trailer trash and she's strapped for cash, whoring out the back door.
She charges a bunch of cash, and she ends up giving those guys a rash.
Yeah, it's okay because it's my mom, the town's very own lizard lot. Lot lizard. Okay.
She gets the guys all in a tizzy. When she's acting all busy, they say, Diana, come and give her Why are you laying in your bed? It's because the gonorrhea's gone to her. Because the gonorrhea's given her a 103-point fever.
Okay. Diana's a great name you picked out. That was really funny.
So we're talking about, hi, welcome to Days and He's Confused podcast.
Okay.
I'm a lot lizard, and Levon.
And I'm Diana.
And Levon has a rash on his balls right now.
Oh, man.
This week we're talking about
I deny.
Saturday night, where Diana makes her most money.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it's
Gilda Radner.
It's the lot lizard. We're talking about Saturday night.
Saturday night.
We saw it on a Saturday night.
We both saw it on a Saturday night in different states.
It's true, different time zones.
Levon was at a chili fest in Colorado.
Yes, I was at a chili fest. It's true.
Mm-hmm. He's brought. He didn't
Chili
bring,
excess.
He didn't bring any marijuana back with him, but he brought some farts.
Oh man, swaggy and eggy. That's what they say.
Yeah. Got the meat sweats.
I don't have I did have 2 sticks of beef jerky yesterday, but I did not have meat sweats. I like to keep it cold when I drive. Actually, I don't like it though, because then my hands get really cold and my knuckles are like freezing from the air on them.
Yeah.
And then when I have the feet ones on, my toes get so cold, man. And so I got to turn off the feet ones, but then I just get blasted harder on my hands. So then I got to put one hand down, and then one hand gets all crampy, and then it's cold and crampy, and then I got to put the feet ones back on. And sometimes I turn on the heat, but then you get too sweaty, and it's like I can't take off this jacket when I'm going 87, and then... You know, it's just, I can never get the right temp. And that's why fall sucks a little bit, because it's hard to get the right temperature in your car in fall. You're a big fall guy. Speak on it. Help me out here.
Well, that sounded like a great story. You just got to adjust. There's adjustments to be made.
I had to scrape my windows this morning, dude.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And then I'm going to have to turn the AC on when I leave this afternoon. AC? And on the way here, it got too warm because it was just cooking, but then it's too cold outside to roll down the window.
Yeah, I came here in a jacket today, and I needed it this morning, and now...
Now you don't? But that's okay. You can but just in the car, it's the worst. There needs to be more settings in the car, I think, for fall and spring, for when the temps are so...
What's the setting you're looking for?
Well, the setting...
What's the setting you're looking for?
Okay, so...
Manual adjustment?
For fall, you want the car to be warm, but then I can also put the windows down a little bit and get the chill, but not too cold. But, like, I don't want it to get hot, you know? I don't want it to get hot in the car, and I don't want it to get sweaty, but I want it to feel like I'm wearing a sweatshirt.
So like 75 degrees is what you want?
No, man. Are you crazy? Like
what, is that hot or
62.
62 is like what my car does on the low end.
Well, right. That's why I'm saying, but like I have the windows down and the heat on.
So you wanted 62 degrees in the car?
Yeah, but like not my windows all the way down because sometimes I'll put them up when my ears get cold. But then it's going to get too hot in the car.
I think you want it to be like 70 with
No, because I want it to be in season. A little chilly, but not that I'm shivering and not that my jacket I have on isn't making me sweat either because who likes to be sweaty in fall?
I think you're creating your own problem by wanting the windows down.
No, I'll put the windows up too. I'll put them up. I'll put them up.
No.
Yeah, but now I have to go home with the windows up because I need the AC on.
Why wouldn't you just leave them down?
High speed driving! High speeds. Man.
We're not even high speeds.
Hey, you see this? It doesn't, it's just like in my eyes.
Quit your complaining.
All right.
All your problems are self-made.
They're not. They're self-observed. Not made. I didn't make this car.
Self-lost, man.
Whatever.
Self-made men, Lorne Michaels.
This movie would like you to know that or think that.
But
sure,
Saturday Night mostly focused on Lorne Michaels.
Yeah.
Played by
one night of his life.
It's Saturday Night goes over the hour and a half before.
Yes.
The first airing of Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
And it's about exact runtime to movie time.
Movie's what, like 100 minutes?
It's like 100 minutes. So it adds 10 minutes. It's probably the
could be some
slower
credits
scenes.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the movie does that thing where it like the time card comes up on the screen and then it turns to the next minute. And every time it does that, it's pretty cool because it feels like the heaviest minute, and it just like is like an extra tick, and it's there's like a propulsive energy that this movie's all about and thrives on, and yeah, it wouldn't be able to do that without its like almost minute to minute runtime.
Yeah, you really feel. You don't feel the length of the movie, but you do feel the length of scenes.
Yeah.
I feel like in this.
That's fair. Yeah.
Like you're getting like an argument or like a big moment or a slow moment, and you think to yourself like, God damn it, they're fucking wasting so much time.
Yeah.
They got to get back to work.
Sure. How the hell is he down here now?
Yeah.
It's like Lauren's in the elevator a few times, and I'm like...
Yeah, Lauren's all over the place.
Yeah, he is. Well, the movie does follow him everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's start with that. What do you think of that? This is the iconic like first cast of SNL. So to pick Lauren as the main subject, how do you feel about that?
I think it makes the most sense. I feel like as the creator and the the producer and everything, he was probably the most stressed out. Sure. That night. Like And especially how Chevy and Dan Aykroyd and Belushi were portrayed in the movie and how they probably were in real life. There's what reason to show them. Like, they weren't stressed out by this, really. We see, like, small moments where they're kind of having doubts, but their struggle isn't the same. And, like, if this was, like, the creative struggle of the first episode, you choose a cast member. But we're, like, the challenge of making the show.
Sure.
So, Lorne Michaels.
Yeah. And everybody does get their, at least their little moment, each of the cast members, which is always cool and rewarding when those scenes happen.
Yeah, you see all little bits from them.
Yeah.
In the rehearsals and everything. So the selling point is seeing all these cast members brought back to life. Which one do you think was the most spot on?
Well, I can't give the most complicated answer because just like I'm only peripherally aware of a lot of these people. I mean, the bigger ones though, like Aykroyd, Belushi, and Chevy Chase, of course, I've seen in other things. But who was my favorite, or who do I think was the favorite? Most? I thought like the Chevy Chase guy was really good, and he had his moments, his little mannerisms that were like, whoa, that was cool. But like, actually, I love Dylan O'Brien as Aykroyd. Yeah, I thought he was like the funniest dude ever, and just like his energy in the whole movie was really, it was exciting. Yeah, I love the performance.
Yeah, I heard somebody say that none of the people in this movie look like the people they're portraying, but all the mannerisms are on point. And I think Dylan O'Brien is the shining example of that.
Sure.
You see him on screen and you go, oh, he's Dan Aykroyd, of course. And yeah, they don't look the same at all.
No.
But just through like mannerisms, like towards the end of the movie when they're rehearsing the if women catcalled men.
Yes, that scene is so good.
Yeah, just like the way he stuck his butt out and he looked so stiff. I was like, that's Aykroyd.
All the women in that scene too, like really, man, they just like captured this energy in this movie that, I don't even know, because it's like a backstage, a look in. Yeah, behind the scenes, and it's really fun.
They captured the energy of all of these drug addict, creative minds in their natural state, basically.
Yeah.
They portrayed all these people just having the time of their life because they get to perform comedy.
Yes.
And them not taking it serious and just... Well, some of them take it serious, but
that
just
scene,
overall having a great time.
A lot of those rehearsal scenes, it's like you forget about the time ticking away when I'm watching them, and that's also what makes them so good because the whole movie's very intense, and it's the scenes that don't work the best for me are the ones that seem oblivious to the time, but also like aren't fully entertaining me and don't have me fully engaged, and I'm thinking more about the other stuff. Where like that rehearsal scene is one that kind of took me out of the ticking time, but I liked everything that was happening. Where the ice skating scene, it's like, why are we out here now? You know, like
You're
where's
so
the time?
lame.
I'm not
You're so
lame. I'm just saying it's a little bit. I liked it too. But there are moments in the movie where
that was a nice moment. That was Belushi getting his... And you get to see more Gilda Radner, which she was a huge part of the cast. And we don't get to see a ton of in this. But you get a nice moment with both of them and Lorne.
Yeah, I love Rockefeller Center. the ice rink, I was like looking at Prometheus, and then he was like, "Who's that?" I was like, "Motherfucker, that's Prometheus." And then he goes, "That's Prometheus. You know, have you seen Oppenheimer?" And then tells him about it. It was a nice scene, but it seemed late to have that scene happen.
It seemed a little late, but it was the last moment of calmness. Because there was, like 20 minutes left, 15?
Yeah, but
it was just the last moment of calm before we get into the
But it was like, why the fuck is Lorne down here right now?
Because he had to get Belushi. What do you mean?
I know, but
he had to get Belushi
he's
back.
had to get Belushi for like 37 minutes up to that point, or what felt like that.
It's chaos.
The whole movie. It was chaos.
He's asked to do everything, and he can't do it all.
But that is the fun part because, yeah, even though that not every scene works 1,000,000% for me, I was still like so entertained and wrapped up in the fun the whole time. Fun, well, or the suffering, however you want to look at it, but...
Yeah, there's a lot of great performances in this.
Yeah, talk that talk.
I think Gabriel LaBelle is the standout.
You've been hyping up Snack Shack?
I've been hyping up Snack Shack.
You should hype that up for a minute here. Just
again?
Well, you're like the guy who've been like, you need to watch. Like, you texted me I needed to watch that.
Yeah.
I still haven't yet, sorry, but I think I will now.
So Gabriel LaBelle is one of the stars of Snack Shack. Came out this year. He's just a ball of fire in that movie. He just goes ball to... No, it's one of those great coming-of-age performances where it's like, this is your friend who has ADHD and just, like, does whatever he wants. And I think you see that energy, that same, like, level of screen presence where just his energy can control a scene, but we see it in a different light where it's just worrying energy, and I think he has a great screen presence. The first big thing he did was the Fabelmans.
Yeah, he was good.
He was good in that, but did you think anything of him really?
Well, it was like,
after that,
who's this kid? Of course, because he was basically a nobody, and he's playing Spielberg in his semi-biographical reminiscent movie, which is a big movie, and I was like, yeah, he was good. I liked the Fabelmans, and that's definitely a tough role to step into. Yeah. So he did it well.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, seeing him in this, it was
very unmemorable. But in everything I've seen him in since, it's been some of the more memorable performances. Probably the two most memorable performances I've seen this year.
Wow. He's asked to do quite a decent amount in this movie, definitely, because a lot of this is him feeling. There are a lot of walk and talks and whatnot, but also he's given a lot of time on screen where it's just him and his internal thoughts that you can't quite get to, but you know exactly what he's thinking, or you're projecting on like what he should be thinking about. But I don't know, he plays like quietly anxious really well.
Yeah.
Along with having to keep everybody in line too.
I think it's the eyes in the mouth.
Those are big parts of the face.
Him staring at the board with all the bits for the night.
What'd you think of Willem Dafoe? Him and Willem Dafoe share some very interesting and age gappy moments of just like, wow, he looks very young.
Yeah. I don't know how old is Gabriel LaBelle in real life.
Because, man.
2002, he's younger than me.
Holy frick. Yeah, so is he cast too young for this?
Maybe a touch.
But that's good news.
So, like,
we get him for more years.
We get a 22-year-old, maybe 23.
Well, Lorne was supposed to be, like, what, later 20s, though? Or was he actually...
Probably late 20s. He might have been. But, yeah, we see... It's said in the movie. It's a show made by 20-year-olds who have done nothing in their life. And never happened before.
Right.
Shows were made by established guys, and younger people with no experience, had no say. There were only like 3 channels on.
Yeah.
And there weren't any opportunities
Right.
to
They
just
like
get
this,
in and to make your
this
show.
strong, like, status quo of what television was, and like, why shake that up if there's no real.
And then the dilemma that comes up is they were given this opportunity because NBC and Johnny Carson were fighting, and that's the only reason they got this opportunity, was just to show that they don't need Johnny Carson, his reruns at least. And then Defoe coming after Lorne in those early scenes and being like, you don't got what it takes, blah, blah, blah. Like, you don't even know what the show is. And then later on being like, oh, it's going to be great. I know it's all going to be good. We believe in you, blah, blah, blah. When it's like, you have no real want to have this show on. And I like seeing.
But would that be the case? Like, I see that part. Some of those scenes in the movie didn't work for me because it's like, okay, some of this shit would have been figured out, you know. But it is more exciting that it's all like in this crammed in thing. But like, they were fucking writing jokes like 3 minutes before. Come on.
Well, they had all their sketches already.
Yeah, and it's more dramatic in what's. But yeah,
that's probably what still happens is that they have their set like idea, and then they add sketches and take it away. It's definitely not as chaotic, but
yeah,
the same like idea is there.
Right, I know, and it's like a very this movie like condenses what happens over time very into 90 minutes, but sometimes the movie's a little too telly about these kids don't have what it takes type of a thing. And it's like, all right, well, we know they have what it takes because we've, that's why we're all sitting here. So
yeah, but
the doubt is laid on a little heavy, and it's like, you don't have to, it's chaotic enough just to see them put on this show. And like, I didn't need the extra, like, these old guys don't like you, you're gonna fail. It's like, with millions of their dollars, really?
On some level, they had to do that because
it's
at this point, SNL's bigger than Carson ever was. Like, it's almost a 50-year institution of our lives. Like,
it turned 50.
It did?
It's this year's SNL 50.
So it's 50 years old. It's just like you can't understand just how big that was at the time.
Yeah.
Like, they were replacing Carson in 1975 or whatever it was.
Well, I think a scene that did this really well, that was much more show, don't tell, was when the J.K. Simmons character is like doing his routine on his corny show.
Yeah.
And when Lauren's in there just watching that, and like, I'm sitting there like, that shit blows. Like, who the fuck watched that? But like, I get it. Like, that was like what primetime television kind of was. And like, that boggles my mind.
It was all variety shows.
Yeah. And just like super cheesy, but like also, so those bits, I liked the bits with the lead writer guy. And
yeah, that guy was funny. That scene
kept trying to get censored. Like, I thought those were really funny, and those also like gave a lot of info, also while being entertaining, of kind of like the television establishment at the time and what restrictions they were trying to fight through.
They had every obstacle in their way to get this show made in the way they wanted it.
Yes.
I didn't know, I assume this is true, that Lorne was going to be the Weekend Update anchor at the start.
But
that was a weird scene of him struggling through it.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh.
Yeah,
just
which
needed to hit
probably
that beat.
happened, but like they got that out of the way like weeks ago that like, oh, Lauren's not gonna do this. Like, why would
Maybe.
like the most charismatic dude ever, and we're just like, let's not Chevy Chase, it would be great for this guy to do. But oh man, he was funny.
The whole cast was funny.
Yeah, they
thought.
were really funny.
I was really mad. I got that when I watched the trailer and when Chevy trips in the hallway. I'm guessing on purpose, and he goes, sorry, tripped over my dick.
Yeah. I didn't have that one spoiled for me, but that was funny. Garrett Morris, he has a scene with when he gets to do the song, and that was awesome.
Yeah, that was a great scene. Shotgun killed all these whiteys, yeah.
And there's another part where you can tell like this is a changing point in comedy history, like
Yeah.
there's a room of young people, and not everybody, but like eventually everybody's laughing at what's happening, but like that would have been unspeakable to see on television, and now it's like that's a humor that we all laugh at and can, I get behind, I guess,
Yeah.
but those scenes I did appreciate.
Cooper Hoffman had nothing to do in this, besides that one scene in the
That was a good
on
scene.
the staircase. That was a great scene in the staircase.
That was a good scene. Cooper Hoffman was good in this, dude.
No, he was good.
He's legit. He's
He was
legit.
good.
I'm a Cooper fan, dude.
I just wanted to shit on Cooper Hoffman to see what he
Fuck
did.
you for what? And is he in Snack Shack? That'd be
No.
cool. Well, recommend a movie with Cooper Hoffman in it.
Licorice Pizza.
I've seen that one.
It's the only one I know.
Oh, there's this movie coming out, Old Guy, with Christopher Waltz and him, but I don't know.
Christoph Waltz?
Yeah, Christoph Waltz, sorry. And him, but that has not come out yet. Probably next year then. Rachel Sennett. We haven't talked about Rachel Sennett yet.
She plays Lauren's wife.
Ex-wife, right?
No, I
She
think
was-
still wife.
Oh, but they were split up.
Yeah, they were separated. And
Producer and writer on the show, too.
yeah, she did a great job in this. Mm-hmm. There was that moment when they were in the control room or the editing bay or whatever.
Yeah.
That was really nice and touching.
Was it that moment?
Where they held hands?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that was touching. Rachel Sennett in a movie full of funny things happening. Her character's job wasn't to be the funniest one. It was to kind of be there for all the cast and take care of everybody and get shit done and be a level head. And it was like, it was a different vein of her
Yeah.
that we haven't really seen before. So that was cool.
More of a motherly figure besides to Dan Aykroyd, hopefully.
God, he was such a man. Every scene, he's just
Yeah.
like hitting on a different cast member.
Yeah, that was tough to see. The girl, the one that plays Lorraine Newman, Emily Farron.
Okay.
She was kind of a person that we'd go back to every now and again that wasn't sure in herself or confident or happy with what she was doing on the show. And then she got that big laugh during that catcalling scene.
Yeah.
But so we see Dan Aykroyd go up to her and give her the moves and say, "Oh, blah 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 blah," just Dan Aykroyd shit. However you imagine Dan Aykroyd flirts with a girl, it's basically what you see in the movie.
God, Dylan O'Brien's so good.
Yeah, he hits on every single one.
He's so funny in this movie, although it's a little, I don't know. See, it's just like, I don't know how well these cast members know each other. Like, is this behavior appropriate? Maybe not.
I think they must have all been pretty close.
But I think, yeah, they seem pretty close too. Well, not everybody though, because Chevy Chase isn't the easiest guy to work with.
No. No, that's nice that they pointed that out and probably call Dan Aykroyd out a little bit for being a flirt.
Yeah. And Chevy just for being a dick who can't not make the joke at times,
Yeah.
which is still funny to watch being a viewer. But yeah, how'd you feel about Belushi?
It felt like a Belushi. It was the most, one of the performances felt like a impersonation
Okay.
and not a performance, but
Sure.
he did a good job in the role.
Yeah.
I watched that opening scene, the repeat after me, and then he has the heart attack.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, I watched that like right after the movie got done,
Okay.
and it's pretty close.
Dude, I
Pretty
watched the
good.
Killer Bees one, and which is a big part of the movie, the bee costume, and then I watched the skit and Elliot Gould's in it, and it was pretty funny because it went to place that I was like, oh,
Elliot Gould was in it.
yeah,
Where was he in
he's
the
like
movie?
the guest. I don't know, but he's in the Killer Bees sketch, and then it's very cool. You can tell that they're just like have a funner a way they write their little sketches, that the joke can go like 3 different places and you don't expect any of the ways it's gonna go. It's, they play with a little wacky, they break the wall, the fourth wall. It's yeah. I was like, this shit's actually funny.
Yeah, SNL was way wackier when they started.
Yeah. Yes.
Now it's all tame and boring.
Nah, it's just, now it's like they already figured out how to make it, And it was cool seeing something like that. They're like, oh, this is the first time they've probably done an idea like this. Like, they don't even know how this is going to end up. But now it's like, this is such a thing and established. And
Yeah.
yeah. Did you watch any other sketches from then?
No, just that one. I was meaning to try to find the whole show.
Yeah, me too. I wanted to, but I don't know where to watch it. Man. That's just clips on YouTube, and I guess we got to pirate it.
You gotta.
You just got to do it to him.
Nicholas Braun as Jim Henson and Andy Kaufman.
Wow, that was something, dude. Nicholas Braun, let's fucking go. Mr. Cousin Greg himself. One of my favorite performers.
Yeah, I loved him in Sky High.
Sure, he's great in that. He's fantastic as Derek and Zola. I don't know. I just like him, so like I liked those performances. They were weird. I feel like honestly, I'm more familiar with Nicholas Braun than either of those two guys.
Yeah.
So I was like there for that, but I feel like if you're
No, he did a good job doing Kaufman. That scene where he saves the day.
yeah,
and
that
makes
was
everyone
funny.
laugh. And then him doing Jim Henson. That's just funny seeing how everybody treated Jim Henson.
Hey, so I didn't get any pages yet. Yeah, and he's like, this guy has his heart's in the right place, and everyone there probably knows that, but like the jokes are just too easy, dude.
Yeah.
It's too easy. How do you feel about the Muppets?
I don't like him.
Thank you, dude. I
Miss-
never get it. I don't get it. That's a millennial and
I think
older thing.
I think Miss Piggy is a mean.
My dad had a Miss Piggy hanging in the garage. Like hanging. Kind of, but not quite. But like she had a hook. But it was weird.
It was the string to pull the garage up.
No, it wasn't. But it was like hanging in the garage at her old house forever.
Oh.
And like I just had to accept that as a kid. And then like it got brought up by my sister's friend. And I was like, oh no, other people talk about this, like outside the family. Yeah, I don't know, the Muppets.
Could have been worse.
Kermit memes are funny.
Could have been known for worse things, hanging in your garage.
That's a good point. It is funny, but also it's a bizarre thing to think back on.
Shout out to Nicholas Podany, who plays Billy Crystal.
Oh,
really
yeah.
good Billy Crystal.
He did have a good Billy Crystal
Yeah.
voice. Hey, you're doing a good Billy Crystal sweater impression.
Thank you.
That is a compliment.
I just stare at rugs all day.
Is he like your sweater inspo? Is he one of them? I shouldn't say your lone one, but is he one in the sweater community?
Maybe all of the 90s are my inspiration.
Okay.
Maybe just Harry Met Sally.
Yeah, that he just rocks a sweater in that movie for sure. And I think that's like peak sweater goals.
I think my outfit's a little Harrison Fordy.
Oh, okay. Like 90s Harrison Ford. That's a great era too. Women love that.
Matthew Rhys. So George Carlin. Have you watched any of George Carlin's?
Yeah. But like George Carlin doesn't get to be like, he never really does like his.
No.
He's not like doing a bit in this movie.
No, he's just
like,
angry.
He's just angry, which is funny too.
Yeah.
And then the one time someone actually like goes at him and makes fun of him, he respects it because it's like actually a good dig and funny.
Yeah, that was cool to see. Yeah, that was on the edge of my seat waiting for his reaction.
When he was in like the Roman armor.
That guy gets the guy that plays. One second.
The head writer guy?
Tommy Dewey, who plays Michael O'Donoghue.
Yeah.
He gets some moments to just eat the scene alive.
Yeah.
In this.
Yes.
Really,
some of the best parts.
He got the best dialogue for sure, which makes sense. He was the head writer.
Yeah, well, it makes sense, but also it's
That one scene by Kim Matula, who plays Jane Curtin, with her with up there with the Lamorne Morris, Garrett Morris. That was a cool scene where she's like doing the bit, and she's like, "This vagina cream really helps me to eat potato salad." I don't know. Do you remember that scene?
I don't remember that scene.
Where Lamorne Morris is up in the bleachers talking to that girl, Garrett Morris.
Is this like they're doing a rehearsal for a scene, or they're just talking?
No, they were just talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what part are you talking about? I don't remember that. Did you see the movie No Hard Feelings last year?
No, but we should talk about this kid.
Yeah, Andrew Barth Feldman. He plays a very sweaty assistant who has a panic attack on a couple puffs.
It's Lauren's cousin. He got okay. So that actor he got the weed from, Paul Rust. He looked so fucking gross.
Yeah, that was like what part of the crew were those guys? Because
they were like just like the band or like some music guys. I'm pretty sure.
No, I thought he got him from like crew member guys, the little puff.
But Paul Rust was playing the piano.
Mm.
They were like part of the band.
Oh,
and they were just like standing there
in the door. Yeah.
Smoking.
Okay. Dude loses it.
Yeah, that was that scene where they get him out of the room.
Yeah,
that's what got me excited to go watch this. Was seeing like the whole cast when they get called down for rehearsal.
And
they're like, ah!
Yeah,
that's what got me excited. I was like, that's the energy.
I like that scene. That showed the wacky side.
Yeah,
it was like a.
But then you see everybody be nice also.
Right.
How things should be.
Nice and wacky.
Nice and wacky.
Just a group whacking it at a door with one man on the other side.
Come out, come out.
Just, yes.
Come out, little guy. We won't hurt you.
What do you think about the when the writer guy burns up his pages and hucks them out the window? Is this a very unsafe thing to do, or you tell me?
I don't know. Letterman used to hit golf balls out the window. Or like
what?
Yeah.
No way. Where? In New York?
Same building.
Just out of... That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, he would like... Well, maybe it wasn't on purpose, but they would throw stuff out the window at the office.
I guess. Well, and the thing about... there's setbacks on this beautiful Art Deco structure. So, like, that probably just fell onto a roof of your own building, a flaming piece of paper. Now, it probably extinguished, I don't know how fire in pages works, but it just doesn't seem very safe to me. Thank you.
Wow, you really saved a lot of lives there.
Yes, guys, don't throw stuff that's on fire out of your window. And that's why I'm going to have to give this movie a 0 out of 5. It just looks unsafe. It's so unsafe.
Whoa.
They dropped that light. Unsafe.
Fucking
Amateur hour up in here. I'm quitting.
here's a pen, you pusher. Go cross out some naughty
Yeah,
words.
let me censor these. What is a golden shower? That was a funny line.
I've probably had over 1,000 golden showers.
Yeah. Fuck that lady. Yeah. Ivan Reitman.
Jason Reitman.
Yeah, I was talking about the good one. Just kidding. Yeah, I meant to. Yeah, Ivan Reitman had a boy, and his name's Jason. How do you feel?
This is his best movie.
Wow.
Better than Juno.
Probably not. And,
What, you a Tully fan?
I've never been a mom, so I wouldn't say Tully or a parent.
Why did he make the same movie with Charlize Theron twice?
I think young adult's different. I haven't seen it. Thank You for Smoking's pretty good though. I like that one. That's got Two-Face in it. I have Up in the Air on my shelf in Blu-ray, but I haven't watched it yet. But I've also heard it's. What do you mean I would?
You would.
Speak on it. What does that mean?
I don't know. Just seems like a
Like a Blu-ray you'd actually wouldn't mind if I gave it to you, but I never will because it's not freaking knocked up.
No, it seems like a Blu-ray that wouldn't be sold. That's why. It was just left on a shelf.
It's on my shelf. I don't have a store.
You should.
Really? I could never part ways with my copy of Sallow.
Let's start a movie store so we don't have to talk about movies and we can just watch them.
Why don't you want to talk about movies? This is all we do anyways.
Do you have any final thoughts? Do you have anything else you'd like to say?
I'd like to say that I will wrap it up. No, I'm not saying I'll wrap up my thoughts this way. Biopics are something that I think there's probably too many of in movies right now, and especially of like prominent, well-known things. Especially, I'm more fine with like a smaller biopic. Maybe this guy's real, but also true stories are kind of annoying too. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is, you can make this movie. They could have made this movie super lame. This movie could have been super bad. But instead, the idea to cram it in 90 minutes before the first episode was a great idea, rather than like, let's show the whole process of going to air for the first time, because that could have just felt like so many other biopics we've seen. The idea to mostly follow Lorne around, but also give everyone in the cast kind of their own little scene, while also just being there for and around in the movie, and you keep running into them, was like a really good idea and kept it super fresh. So like, I just can't help but be thankful that this is what this movie is, because it could have been really bad, but this is actually like an entertaining and fun movie.
Are you gonna get more into SNL?
Yeah, I'd like to, probably, yeah. And I'll go check out the older casts more. So, and then for that reason, I'd say did a good job too.
Agreed.
Cool.
What is your rating?
3.5 out of 5, 7 out of 10.
Nice.
But a pro one.
My thoughts, of course, they're my thoughts. I think Jason Reitman being the director of this was a great decision. You think of anybody that would have a connection to this story, and out of all the big directors, or out of any director that could have taken this, it's probably him. Ivan did as much stuff with that group of people as anybody. And, yeah, I think it was a good choice to have him. I think Gabriel LaBelle as Lorne was a great choice. I have no complaints with any of the casting. I thought they all did great and made the most out of their limited opportunities. And this movie is a little inspiring, I think.
I agree.
It shows that what you create is more important than the process of creating. Because everybody, maybe that wasn't the right way to say it. But
I don't.
no, but that you can overcome challenges, and whether, like, there were probably 50 setbacks in this movie alone that Lauren faced and the show faced, and just one thing after another is like, no, it doesn't matter. We're going to go to air. We're going to go to air. It'll be fine once we're up and going, once the show starts. And the ending scene could be a little cliche, but little 13-year-old Finn Wolfhard comes in with all the people, and they all sit down, and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
And you see the first skit, or the first sketch, sorry, and almost got in trouble.
Yeah.
And you hear Willem say, "Go to air." Go to air.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of a weird delivery, but
Willem Dafoe's really good in this movie.
yeah. And
Of course.
it just did everything I wanted it to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been joking around even before watching this about
Straight jorking it.
jorking it hard. And we've been joking about starting a sketch show.
In the club, we all fam.
And this made me really want to do it.
Yeah. I was like, I've been putting down little sketches in my mind, and
Yeah.
I'm working on this short film. It's called...
Toilet Monsters.
Actually, let's not say the title. I don't want anyone
Toilet
to
Monsters.
Don't say... That's not the... Nobody... Anyways. Yeah, this show, it's very exciting to watch people create shit, and I love movies about... This one's not making a movie, but, it's about putting on a show, or making a theater, or making a TV show, or backstage at a theater, or on a movie set. Like, I love those movies and those settings. Yeah. And this is just another one of them, because you get to see people doing, like, our dream jobs, I guess. So, of course, it's the most interesting.
Yeah. You need to watch American Movie again.
America movie?
No, an American Movie.
Is that the name of a movie?
It's a documentary about a dude making a movie.
Oh, okay. Well, why'd you say again? I've never seen that.
Because I've told you before.
Oh, I never get to recommend Garrett movies, but he always tells me to watch it.
You recommend movies all the time.
No, I don't.
You just tell me about them. And then I said,
Yeah, movie sounds like Cheeks Magoo. Do you know Cheeks Magoo?
do you know it'd be better to watch?
Live and let die.
Bing.
You gonna watch that?
Not together.
No. Far apart. Yeah.
No, we could watch it today.
Imagine 2 onions. Heck.
I just need to finish
Imagine 3.
On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Oh, I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 5.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
One of those movies that I think will never not be fun to watch.
Wow. What if... Nah, that's a good point. I was gonna say, like, you know, Chevy Chase is already kind of canceled, and it was awesome, dude.
I'm gonna go watch Fletch.
Okay,
No, I don't want to watch Fletch.
let's watch Christmas Vacation on November 1st. Just get in the mood for Christmas.
I'd rather watch.
Watch it again.
I'll watch the Santa Claus every day of the year.
Oh man. Oh wait. What is your what? Who's
What?
your you probably know more of the SNL casts and have seen more of it than I have. So like, what's your favorite SNL cast? Or yeah,
Of all time?
yeah, era. As SNL, not necessarily as who they became or
Yeah.
and other things. Yeah. Because I know you would say Jimmy Fallon based on just his late night career, but
No.
that's not what I'm.
No. I would say maybe that like 2010 era or the late 90s to early 2000s. Probably before like Farrell and some of those guys get there
Okay.
with like Sandler and Farley and Spade. I just haven't seen that much of like the original cast. And
Yeah.
then I've watched a lot of like Mike Myers skits and
Your boy.
Dana Carvey and stuff, and
And the Sudeikis. We all love him.
sure.
Who SNL cast now? What's going on, man? Not that they aren't very talented people, but like, is the cast like, is this like, I feel like the cast, like those people had to be super famous while they were on the show, right? Or is that why they all leave? Because they're not quite them yet.
What?
Like, when you're thinking of that Sandler era and Farley, like these people are huge when they're on the show, but more people also watched TV back then. You know, it's not like, and obviously they got big afterwards. Well, I don't know, like,
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think that might be part of the problem now is that
just not as many people watch TV, so it's not as big of a launching board.
yeah, and right now I don't think there's any like stars
Yeah,
on the show besides
Keenan,
well,
but
yeah,
he's been there forever.
I was gonna say besides Che and Jost, they're probably the biggest stars, and they don't do sketches. So
Did you see Colin Jost covering the Olympics?
no,
He got to do the surfing one, which was in whatever, some like French island way across the world because it wasn't in Paris. But like he just got to go on vacation, and then they'd like cut to him and he'd be like, "I'm Colin Jost and this is my job." And he was like bare feet on a beach, and ScarJo was probably there, and he just got to watch surfing. Guy's a great life.
I think that I don't know if they have the best people on the show right now. Also, it feels like I feel like I never see anything like.
Except for that
catches
Beavis
my
and
eye.
Butthead skit.
Yeah, that was a good one.
But that was, Gosling being a
Yeah,
animal out there.
I just think they have a uphill fight.
Yeah. It'd be
Going.
easier if like 50 million people watched. For
Yeah.
them to just be like, they're famous
Well,
now.
and if there wasn't so much competition, because they can't do like reactionary stuff anymore, because the internet beats them to it. Like they can't do commentary, and then there's always sillier shit on the internet. Like
That's true.
like how he said, like, oh, these are like the wacky people. They don't get on the show anymore. They have to do shit on their own. So
Or
it's
that
like,
those people can do stuff on their own now, probably,
Yeah.
and find a different avenue to what they're doing instead of getting through SNL. It would be cool. I should start watching it again.
I'm not watching the modern stuff anymore.
But it would be great to have like a communal TV experience, which is something that I'm like jealous of my parents that they got to grow up like
Yeah.
in like SNL's heyday and probably watch it at parties with their friends, or everybody talk about it the next day. Like, I am jealous of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think now we're getting deep.
Go ahead.
So, in that class I was just in, I already told you a little bit. We all had to play music, just one of our favorite songs. And like, no, some people have heard the other people's stuff and whatever, but everybody played completely different stuff. Besides, I think like 2 people had Kanye. But it's like everybody plays different stuff.
Yeah.
You can listen to whatever. You can watch whatever. There's more ways to be busy.
You can go on Twitter and fan about whatever with other fans of that thing.
Yeah, and it's like just maybe there's more relationships online and for people to have like their own outlets, because I'm sure in the 90s and like the 2000s it was hard still to be, because you were getting more options.
Yeah.
And you needed to find people to be into what you were doing. But now everybody is like completely separate. And
true, like if you just don't like something, you're just like, I don't need to participate in that at all.
Yeah. And now there's like I just feel like there's not an easy route to connect with other people right now.
Yeah.
Because it's like, even if you're into the same stuff, you probably don't listen or watch the same like content. So it's like, what do you even do?
Yeah, that is something we're totally missing in the world. It's fun. Yeah, it is fun when there's like a streamer that puts out a show not all at the same time. Or if it is at the same time, it's great for like 2 days to talk about. But yeah, it would be really something if like we could come in the next day and be like, just hate on a different member of the cast or something.
Yeah.
Or be like, but now you can just do all that on Twitter. But then the problem with that is too many people are focused on just talking about what they don't like, which I don't get, because like you can go on Twitter and just, you can like find everybody that will basically agree with something you have to say.
Yeah.
And yet, like, everybody wants to, like, fight about things they don't like.
Maybe that's why...
you just need to enjoy things again.
Maybe that's why politics have become so divided, because now the only thing we're waiting for each week as a country is to see what new dumb shit Biden did or what dumb shit Trump did or blah, blah, blah. Instead of, like...
We just seek things we don't like. For some reason, we just want to hear the news we don't like. SNL wants to make sketches about things nobody likes.
Well, what do you do when you think about the future? Do you think of good things or bad things happening?
The future of the world or myself?
Yourself.
Oh. Well, I
do
try
you think you think more bad or good?
Oh, man, that's a tough question. I think good, but also bad. It's more like good. It's more like bad because I'm thinking of the good that could be.
Okay.
Yeah, so, don't ask me existential questions. I can't handle it.
So I feel like most people, when they're thinking, are negative, and they're thinking forward are negative. And
sure, maybe.
People don't have things to occupy their minds.
People have too many things to occupy their minds. People aren't bored enough.
But they find negativity in all of it.
Right, because they're miserable, because they just like...
Because they have nothing to like...
scroll.
I'm saying because they have nothing to actually think about.
Yeah.
So then they just get negative
things.
It's
just on to the next thing, you know. There's never that moment to pause and be like, that's so dumb. And then you say it out loud and you're like, wait, maybe I'm an idiot. But maybe you're not. And you can like talk about it with somebody and share your ideas. Instead, you can just be like, this sucks. Post it. Never have to hear back from that again. And then you're just an asshole because you're putting out negative energy too. And you're just becoming something negative for someone to scroll by. I hate everybody.
How'd we get here?
How did we get here? Because you liked this movie, and it's cool to enjoy things. I think more people need to keep that in mind. That
Yes.
like, let's not just hate on something because you have nothing to do right now, but like, just tell me instead about something you enjoy, because it's a lot more fun to talk about stuff you like. Like, do you have more fun doing this one or Megalopolis? God, that movie sucked, and I want that negative energy out there.
Oh, I thought we weren't giving out negative energy.
Ah, fuck that. We have to be honest. It's our job.
It's a toss-up. I was probably less sick for Megalopolis, so I'll say Megalopolis.
But it's just nice. Though you enjoyed the movie more than me, it's fun.
I had a bigger connection to this.
Yeah.
To it.
It's just good to go to the movies and like stuff, man.
Man,
I just wanna...
it's just good to get out there.
Man, you know, and it's just
good to get out
It's
there
my eyeballs
and to
are
just
seeing
rub
nice
yourself,
shit.
to rub yourself
I
down in
cut
public,
the holes in my
to
t-shirt
unzip
to
your
get that
pants,
nipple
to
access.
unzip your pants and whip it out.
Ow, in the
and
cup
let the
holder. You just
stream-
gotta go in the cup holder.
Let the stream go, and then maybe Candace will
And what do
look,
you do with the straw when
and
you're
she'll
done?
go,
You gotta put it
"Whoa,
somewhere.
I'm gonna call the cops on you for pulling out your penis."
What are you doing? Are you? Okay.
Okay, listen to us on Spotify.
Yes.
What's it called on Spotify? You need to
I can change
that. I'm Dazed and He's Confused podcast.
That's us.
Go find us on YouTube at the I'm Dazed and He's Confused podcast.
Okay.
Subscribe, like, share, put it in your butt and smoke it.
Put it. Yeah. Also, since you're rambling, I just want to ramble.
I was closing it out.
So we're all just rambling
Okay,
here. We're
what do you
saying
want to?
shit.
What do you want to get out? What do
I gotta get out? You know.
What do you got to get out?
I mean, you know, there's all these things in the world, and when you're thinking forward, are you positive about it or not? You know. So next episode, we're gonna do the worst movie. What do you want to? The worst movie?
We're gonna do your worst moments of your life.
Okay. That will be a long video. I mean,
countdown.
Yeah. Like the top.
Yeah, we'll get that
100?
We'll get that MTV guy that always wears the truckers hats to come down here and be part of the conversation.
Oh, we could do like or we could do it like a VH1 Classics video where we have comedians come in and then like make comments about each moment on the list.
We're gonna do a radio show. Levon's gonna write out a script of an awful moment in his life.
Yeah.
And we're gonna play it out.
Oh, like you're gonna
Yeah.
like will I play myself? And then you'll be the other character?
You're
Like,
just
you'll be
gonna
my-
you're just gonna sit and watch.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch you
Yeah.
read my script.
Yeah.
Like, should this be internal dialogue or like?
it's gonna be a one-man show.
Are you gonna be doing voices?
I'll play you. I'm gonna play. I'm guessing your mother. The priest.
Wow, that's
The swim instructor.
man, I hated swimming, but I'm glad I got put through that. It's just something you got to know.
That kid you hit with a baseball bat.
I never hit a kid with a baseball bat. Don't say that. Some kid actually went to jail around here for that. He did. It wasn't me. I wasn't that guy.
Not that time.
Not that time.
Not that time.
Ay.
It's not your time.
Okay. That's all I got.
Goodbye.